Lab Rat's sister show, Mighty Med, has a similar problem to Lab Rats: the need for a character that both the characters and writers can bully. The character in this show is Kaz. Before getting into the thick of this video, I'll give a short synopsis of this show like I did with Lab Rats. Mighty Men is about Oliver and Kaz, two comic book nerds and superhero lovers, Oliver literally having a crush on one of the superheroes. They end up, through a very strange series of events, find the hospital that treats the real-life superheroes from their comics, and through an even stranger series of events involving a person's heart ending up in their feet, Oliver and Kaz, with no medical education and still in high school, land jobs saving the people who save people. Typical Disney stuff, with the idea of superheroes to the unnecessary slander of the, quote, dumb character/friend. And unfortunately for Kaz, he fits the bill of the dumb one, with his strange mannerisms. These strange mannerisms include not being able to read or write on a high school level, his hyperfixation of superheroes, and the fact that he is the one of 11 siblings. Honestly, all this tells me is Kaz's parents are neglectful and don't care about their own kids. 1. He has two sisters with the exact same name, with Kaz saying they just gave up naming them. And the fact that in the spin-off show, Kaz's parents have no clue he didn't live with them anymore. Now, I would do what I did in my Lab Rats video, taking specific examples of the character being mistreated, but literally every episode does that. So in this video, I'll be discussing the way he interacts with the other characters. We'll start with Kaz's best friend, Oliver. Oliver claims to be Kaz's best friend, and I say claims to be because they don't ever get along in the show. Oliver blames Kaz for everything that goes wrong, including during their time in the hospital. Surgeries, diagnoses, treatments. If it goes wrong, Oliver is quick to point a finger at Kaz. The amount of times these two bicker over trivial things has always made me wonder why these two were ever friends, and since they were kids, no less. The first time Oliver and Kaz started getting along like friends do is when Oliver was basically turned into another version of Kaz and took his cute superhero crush on Skylar to the point where I questioned why he didn't end up on a watch list and slapped with a restraining order and jail time. But I guess being an obsessive, annoying, stalkerish kind of guy is great. They did that back in Lab Rats, after all. Getting back on track, if Oliver is the kind of person Disney thinks can get along with the clearly neglected, neurodivergent, and possibly semi-illiterate teen boy, then maybe that's why I don't have any friends. Person number 2, Skylar Storm, the superhero I keep mentioning. Now, if you watched my Lab Rats video, you may remember her. The only character I didn't hate because she actually treated Chase like a human being. In Mighty Med, she is powerless due to a villain collecting her powers and adding it to his collection. And in a few ways, she is similar to Kaz. Due to this, they tend to get along better than Oliver and Kaz, acting the way friends should act instead of using him as a scapegoat. Their chemistry feels akin to Alia and Nino's from Miraculous. They may have little screen time together, but when they do, it's really nice. Kaz and Skylar are the same but different. While Skylar is book smart, talented with her abilities, and has a ton of people who look up to her, she doesn't understand humans or human culture. This is where Kaz comes in. He's more street smart, and coming from a large family, he has a very good understanding of humans. I think that Kaz and Skylar could have been a great relationship, platonic or romantic, take your pick, if Oliver didn't foam at the mouth and act like a rabid animal whenever someone took interest in Skylar, romantically or otherwise. Now, I could be interpreting the relationship incorrectly, but I really think Kaz and Skylar would have done better as the main relationship, instead of this show pulling a Miraculous and having this cringy to watch will they won't they dynamic, because it's clearly never going to happen. Skipping over the other friends in the show because they barely get any screen time, and getting to Lab Rats Elite Force, a sequel crossover spin-off series. In this show, Bree and Chase from Lab Rats team up with Oliver, Skylar, and Kaz to stop evil shapeshifters from hunting down the superheroes. And despite this show's abrupt end on a cliffhanger, we still got some good character moments. First, Bree. Kaz and her have a simple sibling love-hate relationship. She just rolls her eyes and scoffs at Kaz's antics before being uninteresting again. And that's about it. Definitely not the worst, but the relationship could have been better. But I guess that's what happens when a show gets a budget so close to their neck it nearly lops their head off. Finally, Chase. Now, I'm fully aware I have previously given bias towards this guy, and these two interacting gives me such relief. Just a wonderful, almost cathartic feeling, because these two characters who have been the punchline to every joke, the scapegoat to every problem, finally having the chance to interact while both are fully conscious. Don't ask, you should have been there. Now, as much as I would like for Kaz and Chase to end up as each other's therapists, or maybe even in a relationship, that did not happen. But the fans clearly wanted it to. Just take a look at all of these comfort fanfics. Another video for another time. Back on track. Despite no romantic relationship blossoming between them, a very respectable and healthy friendship did. Sure, they had their different agreements, but they apologized to each other and work on it. Kaz also appreciates Chase, and Chase does the same for Kaz. They listen to each other's ideas and give actual constructive criticism when needed, even if it's after the other goes a little too far. In fact, on a scale of toxic to healthy, Kaz and Chase might have a very good relationship. I also made a list here from toxic to healthiest relationships, not romantically. Number 1, Adam and Chase. 2, Oliver and Kaz. 3, Chase and Leo. 4, Chase and Bree. 5, Oliver and Skylar. 6, Skylar and Bree. 7, Chase and Oliver. 8, Kaz and Skylar. 9, Chase and Douglas. 10, Kaz and Chase. If you're surprised by this, don't be. On AO3, under Labrat's Elite Force tag, Chase and Kaz are the most shipped out of all the romantic, and in the poly ships for this show, it's Kaz, Chase, and Skylar, so clearly that's something. Again, another video for another time. On to wrapping this up, Kaz is definitely someone whose potential was severely halted by the role he fills for this show, having the unfortunate fate of being the dumb one. It disregards almost everything interesting that he could have been. That is why I'll be reading fanfiction from now on. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!